I'm Odette Troskie and I'm the social worker at Centurion Hospice. I was born and raised in East London by the beach, and I studied at Rhodes University when it was still Rhodes University. And my career took me mostly into addiction, the addiction field. I was doing that for almost 10 years, and I just felt a change was needed. Well, I lived in Centurion and I also travelled quite a bit with the previous job, so I looked for something in Centurion and I found the Hospice Centurion, and I came for an interview and I loved it. I loved the people and I loved the idea of doing the home-based care, going to see people at their homes. With my previous experience, it was always in a rehabilitation facility. So it was a complete change for me, for the better. As the social worker, you do preparation for end of life, you do counselling, whatever the patient will present with. So often it's just comfort, or what we call emotional support, where you try and help them to find comfort or joy in their day-to-day still. For others, there could be serious counselling involved, such as with this long-term trauma that they've dealt with, or family issues. Often people don't want to delve into that too much at the end, but sometimes they do. And then you go through the whole process of having family meetings or counselling sessions with the family. Sometimes it's like couples counselling for the strain it's putting on the relationship. All different kinds of things people present with. When I started here, the previous social worker told me you almost have to have a tool bag, because each person will want you to do a different job. And I found it is like that. You've almost got to have pull a rabbit out of a hat every time, and people are very different, and what you would think you want at the end of your life is different for everyone. So it kind of helped that I didn't come into it with an idea of it should be like this. Oh no, often you're faced with the challenge of the person being very ill, so it's not in their best interest to then sort of scratch at emotional issues on top of the illness. And there's a lot of people who lose the ability to speak, so non-verbal communication can become really frustrating, especially if they still want to. They're not dismissing help. They're not saying, because I don't speak, I don't want to be helped. They want the help, and you've got to find new and creative ways to offer that help without being able to speak to them. Oh, so many, so many. Hearing someone like Dalian saying she's a year later, and we've got many. The other day I was listing them to the sisters, the people that signed up with us and were told by their doctors or the oncologists or whomever that this is the last stop, and they assumed they had 2 to 3 months, maybe 4 or 5. And there's one particular patient that's been with me since she was my first case I went to in September 2015, and her condition has actually improved slightly from what they thought it was. It stayed contained to only the glands, and they've now removed a lot of the glands, so there's new hope that with chemo and radiation the affected glands can also be, or the damage can be minimized, or the speed of the progression of the illness can be slowed. So there's a lot of hope. That's actually the lady I wanted us to interview because of the success of it, but she's actually currently in surgery. They're removing another gland.